Bryophytes and environmental conservation. Bryophytes are pivotal in environmental conservation due to their ecological roles and sensitivity to environmental changes. One of their most significant contributions is carbon sequestration. Bryophytes, especially peat mosses, dominate peatland ecosystems, which store approximately 30% of the world's terrestrial carbon. By locking carbon in organic matter and slowing its decomposition, peatlands help mitigate climate change. Efforts to conserve and restore peatlands are critical for maintaining this natural carbon sink. Bryophytes are also essential in water regulation. They act as sponges, absorbing and retaining water, releasing it gradually into the ecosystem. This capacity reduces the risk of flooding during heavy rainfall and ensures the availability of water during dry periods. In tropical and subtropical regions, bryophytes growing on tree trunks and branches, known as epiphytes, capture and store rainfall, contributing to the hydrological cycle. As pioneer species, bryophytes play a vital role in habitat restoration. They colonize degraded or polluted environments, stabilizing soils and creating conditions favorable for other plants to establish. Their ability to tolerate and accumulate heavy metals makes them useful in bioremediation projects, where they can remove contaminants from soil and water. For instance, species like Funaria hygrometrica have been studied for their ability to absorb lead, cadmium, and other toxic metals. Bryophytes are also excellent bioindicators of environmental health. Their sensitivity to pollutants like sulfur dioxide, heavy metals, and acid rain makes them valuable tools for monitoring air and water quality. By studying changes in bryophyte populations and diversity, scientists can assess the impact of industrial activities and climate change on ecosystems. In urban environments, bryophytes contribute to green infrastructure by growing on roofs, walls, and pavements. They improve air quality by capturing particulate matter, reduce urban heat by insulating surfaces, and provide habitats for small invertebrates. These functions highlight their role in fostering sustainable and resilient cities. Application of bryophytes in forensic studies. Bryophytes, particularly mosses, have emerged as valuable tools in forensic science due to their unique ecological and physiological characteristics. Their applications are primarily based on their ability to act as indicators of environmental conditions, their sensitivity to disturbances, and their ability to retain environmental evidence for extended periods. Bryophytes are often found in crime scenes, especially in outdoor or natural environments. Their analysis can provide crucial insights into forensic investigations. One of the key applications of bryophytes in forensic studies is in determining the time and location of death, also known as the post-mortem interval and crime scene location. Bryophytes have slow growth rates, and their developmental stages can be used as a biological clock to estimate the time elapsed since a body was deposited in an outdoor environment. For example, the colonization of a decomposing body by mosses can provide a rough timeline of exposure to the environment. Additionally, bryophytes often have specific habitat preferences, which can help investigators determine whether a body or object has been moved from its original location. For instance, finding moss species that are native to wetlands on a corpse found in a dry area could indicate relocation. Bryophytes are also highly effective in forensic palynology, the study of pollen and spores. Mosses and liverworts produce spores that can persist in the environment for years and adhere to objects, clothing, and even human skin. The presence of specific bryophyte spores on a suspect or victim can link them to a particular location, providing evidence in criminal investigations. This application is particularly useful in cases involving illegal logging, poaching, and environmental crimes, where the presence of bryophyte spores on equipment can connect individuals to restricted or protected areas. Another important forensic application of bryophytes is in toxicological analysis. Bryophytes are known to accumulate heavy metals, pollutants, and toxins from their surroundings. Analyzing the chemical composition of bryophytes collected from a crime scene can provide information about environmental contaminants which might be linked to the cause or circumstances of death. For example, the detection of elevated levels of heavy metals in bryophytes growing near a body can suggest poisoning or environmental exposure. The DNA of bryophytes is also being explored in forensic contexts. Advanced molecular techniques, such as DNA barcoding, allow the identification of bryophyte species found on clothing, tools, and other evidence. This can provide critical information about the geographical origin of the evidence and establish connections between a suspect and a crime scene. The application of bryophytes in forensic studies is multifaceted, encompassing post-mortem interval estimation, location determination, palynological analysis, toxicological investigations, and DNA-based identification. Their resilience, ecological specificity, and ability to retain environmental information make bryophytes an invaluable resource in modern forensic science. Ongoing research continues to expand their utility, integrating bryological evidence into the broader framework of forensic methodologies. Application of bryophytes in forensic studies. Bryophytes such as mosses, liverworts, and hornworts have become increasingly significant in forensic science due to their unique ecological roles, ability to retain environmental evidence, and widespread distribution. Their applications in forensic investigations are diverse and rely on their capacity to act as indicators of time, location, and environmental conditions. One of the key forensic uses of bryophytes is in determining the postmortem interval, or PMI. Bryophytes exhibit slow and predictable growth patterns. Their colonization stages on decomposing bodies or objects can provide a timeline for how long the body or object has been in the environment. For instance, the appearance of specific bryophyte species or developmental stages can help estimate the duration of exposure. Additionally, bryophytes are highly specific to particular habitats. Their presence on a corpse, clothing, or tools can indicate whether the body or object has been moved, as certain species grow only in specific environmental conditions, such as wetlands, forests, and rocky outcrops. Another critical application lies in forensic palynology, the study of spores and pollen. Bryophytes produce spores that are microscopic, resilient, and species-specific. These spores can adhere to surfaces such as clothing, tools, and human skin, making them crucial evidence for linking suspects or victims to specific crime scenes. For example, bryophyte spores found on a suspect's belongings can confirm their presence in a particular area where those bryophytes naturally occur. This application is particularly valuable in cases of environmental crimes, like illegal logging or poaching, where spores can serve as markers for protected or restricted zones. Bryophytes also play a role in environmental toxicology within forensic contexts. Their ability to bioaccumulate heavy metals, pollutants, and toxins from their surroundings can provide insight into the environmental conditions at a crime scene. Analyzing the chemical composition of bryophytes from a specific location can reveal the presence of contaminants that may have contributed to the cause of death or point to environmental crimes such as industrial pollution. For example, high levels of mercury or lead detected in bryophytes near a crime scene can suggest poisoning as a cause of death or indicate industrial contamination of the area. Furthermore, bryophytes are now being explored at the molecular level using advanced techniques like DNA barcoding. The genetic material of bryophytes found on evidence can be analyzed to determine their species and confirm their geographical origin. This is especially useful in linking suspects to locations or tracking the movement of objects. DNA-based analysis enhances the precision of forensic investigations by providing definitive species identification. The bryophytes offer a multifaceted approach to forensic science. They contribute to PMI estimation, location determination, environmental toxicology, and trace evidence analysis. Their ecological specificity, ability to retain environmental clues, and compatibility with modern molecular tools make bryophytes invaluable in forensic studies. As research progresses, their role in solving complex forensic cases is expected to expand, further solidifying their importance in legal investigations.